Dear Lori Vallow, I have intentionally left the name Daybell off of your name because I do not recognize the validity of your marriage to Chad Daybell, your murderous co-conspirator who is currently sitting on death row for the cold, calculated, cruel, and senseless killings of your 2 children and his wife. The same people you have been convicted of conspiring to murder as well. Just for sex, money, and power, and you know it. On the eve of your trial, where you are defending yourself against charges for conspiracy to murder your 4th husband, Charles Vallow, I want to say a few things to you that have been building up for quite some time. I believe that I speak for many, many people who follow true crime and have tracked this case from one horrifying moment to the next. All influenced by you, from the time when your children were reported missing in late 2019 to your insane gaslighting refusal to reveal where they were when you were vacationing with Chad in Hawaii.
That they did not want to answer. Listen, just tell people what's happening. There's people around the country praying for your children, praying for you guys. Why don't you give us answers?
That's great.
That's great. That's great that they're praying for you, praying for your kids. What? You have nothing to say?
To the alarming revelations that your husband and his wife had just died under weird circumstances, to the release of body cam footage showing that Charles had tried to have you institutionalized because you kept threatening to kill him before he was murdered by your brother Alex.
Threatened me, murder me, kill me.
She threatened to murder you?
Yes. And she said,
how did she do that?
My bishop right there is in the car. He was on the phone with me today when she said, I will have you destroyed. Is what she said there.
Okay, that's not a threat to kill you.
Yesterday was a threat to kill me.
Okay. What did she say yesterday?
She said, you're not Charles. I don't know who you are, what you did with Charles, but I can murder you now with my powers.
Okay.
To the body cam of the day when Alex murdered Charles and didn't call 911 for 43 minutes after the shooting and didn't administer CPR, followed by you and Tylee showing up and pretending like all was good in the hood, to finding out that you had a huge celebratory pool party later that day, and everything else that unfolded behind your constant plotting along with Chad and Alex to kill people for sex, power, and money. All under the mind-fucking banner of a bastardized LDS doctrine. I am one of many who has seen the pain on the faces of the people I don't know and will never know, but I've cried along with them because I will never, ever understand how one human being, much less 2 human beings, much less a group of enablers, could pretend that any Christian doctrine could be used to justify the satanically influenced murders of innocent people. People who loved you, people who believed in you, people who would have gone to the ends of the earth for you, even while they were doing everything in their power to find help for your delusional grandiosity. You plotted and planned and turned them into zombies in the eyes of your followers and enablers to justify their heinous, vicious, grueling murders. And the worst part about all of this is that even after your arrest and conviction in Idaho, you still carry on this show of too sweet and sexy to kill innocents, culminating in the preposterous idea that your terrestrial perfection bestows you with the knowledge and skill that mere mortals get only through years of education and practice. That you can convince a jury of 12 of your peers that you did not conspire to murder your 4th husband, Charles Vallow, a man who called you the love of his life even after he discovered that you were having an affair with Chad and had been lying to him for years. We know the truth, Lori. We know that you know what you did. And we know that you know that with the overwhelming abundance of evidence against you and your now deceased brother, it would be impossible for a jury in Arizona to find anything different than the jury in Idaho. You are as guilty as hell. So we know what this really is. This is the Lori Show. The show you dreamed of since you were a little girl, but not quite like this, right? Come hell or high water, You were going to be famous. It didn't quite work when you tried to be Miss Texas because you weren't quite pretty enough to win. It didn't quite work when you went on the Wheel of Fortune because you weren't cunning or smart enough to win. And it didn't quite work when you met your cult leader and started your whacked out podcast with your whacked out ideas because your ideas were too whacked out to get momentum and go mainstream. When you pictured yourself famous as a little girl, you probably pictured yourself with a Cinderella dress and a beautiful diamond tiara. But here you are with an orange jumpsuit and devil horns, acting like you're dressed for Cinderella's ball. So it's not quite what you pictured, but you're still going to go through with it as if it is, right? Because it's the Lori Show. Never mind the pain that you're dragging your family through. Never mind the trauma and victimization it causes your son every time he has to testify at another trial. And the people who loved Tylee and JJ every time they have to sit in the gallery and see autopsy photos showing the violence you inflicted for terrestrial pleasures like sex, money, and power. Fuck them, right? Because Lori finally gets her show. The other thing you probably fantasized about when you were a little girl was being loved and adored during the Lori Show, right? But let me give you the raw, stark reality of the situation. For us, the Lori Show is our chance to see you fall flat on your ugly, unbotoxed face and for us to laugh at you while you are doing it. For us, it's our chance to feel all the things you want us to feel for you, but for the family members that you hate. We do not feel sorry for you, Lori. We do not sympathize with you, and we never will. And we do not believe a word of your horror-infused justifications for murder. When, and I say when, that jury in Arizona says guilty, the internet universe will explode in nearly orgasmic applause. And no matter how smug you try to look about it, we know that you deserve every last thing you have coming to you. On behalf of the internet, fuck all the way off. And to the people who love Charles, JJ, Tylee, and Tammy, we are with you. For my viewers, I do plan to monitor Lori's trial, and if there is anything interesting to report from it, I will make a video or go live about it. So please subscribe if you want to see those or other video commentary about true crime cases. Peace out.